bunch of the new Skinny Chenille from Michaels, and I'm gonna open it. And my toddler's here because he loves boxes and he has to know what's inside them always. Wait.
Mama.
Why does this have so much tape?
Mama.
Yes, baby.
I want to.
Yeah, I know, you're gonna see. Oh.
Yay!
All right, let's see.
I open it.
So there should be 11 of them in here. So let's look at the colors. Let me move you closer. Okay, so this is the first one that I got. And this is the color Flamingo. And it's a pretty pink color. And so that's the thickness. Let's go through the colors and then we'll compare it to some other yarns. So there's Flamingo Rose. And next, oh, let's go through all the pinks. So the next one I can see is a baby pink. And this one is called Piglet. So it's that. So comparing these two, this is a much more pink color and this one is much more of a ballet pink. And the last of the pink tones is this one, and it is called Starfish. This one is green. So this one is it's called Froggy.
And this one is white.
That one is a cream, and it is called, let me see, Polar Bear. Polar Bear?
Baby, I can't do this one.
Yes, let me read it first and then you can put it. This one is called Seal.
This is called purple.
This one is called Bluebird. You want to put this one up?
And this one is
Here, put this bluebird up. And then the next blue is Whale. So this one's called Whale. You want to put it up?
You gotta put it.
I gotta put it?
Put it there. Big one.
All right, and this one is the white, and it is called Swan. So that's Swan, and this one's Polar Bear.
And this one is yellow.
That one is yellow, and it is called
This is battery match.
Duckling. And this is the last one. What color is this, Ollie?
This is purple.
Purple, and it's called Hummingbird. And that's it. That's all the shapes.
Mama, I'm gonna lay down.
You're gonna lay down? Okay, so I've gone ahead and taken the center pull out of the color Starfish. So this is what the label looks like. It is Loops and Threads, Skinny Chenille. They have it weighted as a medium weight 4, 100% polyester, machine wash warm, non-chlorine bleach only, dry flat, do not iron. And let's see if we can find out how many. So there's the yardage. It does come with 524 yards, which is a lot. And it is 250 grams. So let's see. Let's do like the beauty bloggers, like a little swatch test on the back of my hand. Okay, so you can kind of see the thickness if you are a wrapper to work with it. And then, so there's this one, Commissioned's Holiday Velvet, and I think the color's like Witchy or something like that. And so those two together, those are very similar. Yeah, that's like pretty much the same. That's pretty spot on. And then next I do have some Bernat Baby Velvet. So this one is going to be closer to a weight 4. Let's see. So it looks like Baby Velvet is just a hair thicker. It feels just a teensy bit thicker than that one does. But it does seem that you would be able to use those pretty interchangeably if you were using, you know, one hook size. Oh, well, let me leave this out so we can keep seeing them. And then this is going to be the Premier Just Chenille. And so that one is much thicker. That one's pretty hefty compared to the weight 4s. This one is Bernat Velvet. So Bernat Velvet is definitely thicker. That is, yeah. So those will not be easy to use together if you have one project where you're looking for some colors in. And the last one I had was this Juicy Couture one, which is going to be more on par with the Bernat Velvet. So there are those. So I would say these 3 are pretty much the same weight, and these are very close. So Hirschner's Velvet, they have baby velvet and also like their Simply Velvet, and then they have their holiday velvet lines. And so all of those are going to be this thickness. So those will work with this Skinny Chenille. If you have like a project you're needing an expanded color range in, that would be good for mixing. And then the baby velvet is a hair bigger, but honestly, if you're using one hook size, I don't think it's going to make a big difference. So let's zoom you in on those so you can see them all together. And once again, this is going to be your Skinny Chenille. Okay, let's do a quick like break test. Okay, so first, baby velvet from Bernat. That's my tried and true. I use it all the time. Pretty easy to break. Let's check those ends. Whoops, sorry. You do see there's a little fluff, nothing crazy, but there is a little fluff on the end of it. And there we go for that end. And then there is a little fluff on my desk. Now, let's compare that to the Just Chenille. Are you gonna need a pair of scissors with you? No, that broke. And it looks, whoops, sorry. It looks pretty comparable, the amount of fluff. I will say there's no fluff flying in the air, which I do with the Sweet Snuggles Light or like the Chenille Home Slim. Those give off a lot of fluff in the air for me, and sometimes when I'm working a lot with them, they'll start flying in my nose. I'm not having that problem right now. This is the only little bit of fluff that landed on my desk. Most of it has stayed on the string. And let's see. No, it's pretty good. So I am working with it right now with a 3mm hook. I just grabbed one that was close to me. And it's smooth. It's not hard to work with at all. But I am someone who I do work with weight 4s and weight 5s a lot. It's actually my preferred weight category. So if you're someone that's coming from only super bulky or, you know, weight 6s, then it might be a challenge. I will say that I do love working with Hirschner's like velvet, the baby velvet, the holiday velvet, the Simply Velvet. I love all of them, but I will say like they do make your hands feel kind of weird after a while when you've been working with them for a long time. This doesn't feel like that's going to happen. This is more akin to a Bernat Baby. This is so silky and soft, and it doesn't seem to have any residue that's going to come off on your hands when you're working with it from the sheen. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to test hook sizes right now to see what hook size would work best for me and my tension. This is a 3.0. I'm going to tell you right now, I think I can go up definitely to a 3.5, if not to a 3.75. So I'm going to do a little test and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've closed up my hole and I've purposefully not really sewn it up yet so you can see how the decreases look in this size. So let me add in a little tug so I can keep it closed. So I made 2 balls. The first one I made was with a 3mm hook, and I closed at the bottom, and you can see there's no problem really with the decreases. You can barely see them, and no, I have not sewn these closed. All I did was pull through the center and pull it out the side to keep it closed. And now with this one, this is a same ball. All I did was I increased up to 30. I did 4 rows of 30 and then I decreased down. And you can see this decreasing is much more apparent. So the rest of the stitches look decent. They don't look terrible. These definitely look cleaner. There is no gapping whatsoever with the 3mm hook. The decreases aren't really a problem. These the gapping is minimal, like super minimal. This isn't work that I would be ashamed of at all. There is teeny tiny areas where you can see there is a little tugging, but you would definitely have to sew back in your decreases. That's not something you would be able to just ignore, really, especially if you're selling your work. So with this yarn, I would either use a 3.75 millimeter hook and yarn under, because these are yarn overs. So your basic, you know, yarn over the hook, go into the stitch. So in the future, I would either use a 3.75 and yarn under, or I would go between these two and use a 3.5 millimeter, or just grab my 3 millimeter hook. But yeah, that's the size difference between those two. Okay, so let's close out this video because we are losing the light, people. I went ahead and did do a test on my little crochet pattern that was inspired by Bulbasaur, the squishy turtle dinosaur, and it came out great. So I did use a 3.5 millimeter hook. You want a Bulbasaur? So that is a size comparison. This one is made, the body is, I'm going to give it to you, hold on. The body is, you want to? You want to? The body is made with Bernat Baby Velvet and a 3.75 millimeter hook, and the bulb was Bernat Velvet. And so this is the, okay. And so this is the new Sweet Snuggles, and it came out great. I love it. It's being stolen right now, so you know that it is a fantastic option. And I 100% do recommend them. They came out so great.